Imagine unwrapping your childhood favorite, expecting comfort, only to discover Cadbury's iconic taste has vanished. This isn't nostalgia playing tricks, it's the aftermath of an £11.9 billion takeover that let corporate ambition rewrite a British institution. As cherished chocolate rituals crumble, the real story behind this shocking downfall is far darker than anyone admits. How did it all go so wrong? Unwrapping a Cadbury bar once meant more than just a sweet treat. For generations, these chocolates were woven into the fabric of British life, slipped into lunchboxes, tucked under pillows for birthdays, or shared out from selection boxes at Christmas. The ritual was always the same: the familiar purple wrapper, the soft snap of dairy milk, the first melt on the tongue. Cadbury's magic was not about luxury or exclusivity. It was about bringing a little joy to everyone, everywhere. That spirit grew from the company's Quaker roots. In 1879, George Cadbury built Bourneville, a model village with gardens, schools, and clean air. A place where factory workers could thrive, not just toil. The chocolate itself was a symbol of this vision, affordable, honest, and meant for ordinary families. These small everyday moments created a shared language of comfort and celebration, passed down through decades. In 2010, Cadbury faced a takeover that sent shockwaves through Britain. Kraft Foods, a sprawling American conglomerate, launched an £11.7 billion hostile bid, snapping up Cadbury in a deal splashed across front pages and business bulletins. Headlines called it a corporate raid, echoing the outrage felt across the country. For nearly 2 centuries, Cadbury had been a family name, rooted in British values and community spirit. Suddenly, that legacy was up for grabs. Shareholders saw profit, but workers and loyal fans saw something else: the end of an era. Dominic Cadbury, the last family chairman, later described the moment as watching vultures circle a beloved family pet. The board fought to resist, but the offer was too rich. In August 2010, the deal closed. Overnight, Cadbury's fate and the priorities guiding its chocolate shifted from Birmingham to a distant boardroom. After the takeover, the changes weren't just in the boardroom, they crept into the chocolate itself. Food scientists began to notice subtle shifts in texture and taste. The classic dairy milk snap softened, replaced by a slightly waxy resistance. Laboratory tests confirmed what fans suspected. Even small tweaks to fat content or sugar levels can transform how chocolate melts and lingers on the tongue. These changes were not imaginary, they were measurable. In 2015, Cadbury's cream egg became a lightning rod for outrage. The shell, once made with real dairy milk, was swapped for a cheaper compound chocolate that included palm and rapeseed oil. Ingredient labels told the story. Cocoa butter vanished and was replaced by vegetable fats. The result was a coating that felt greasy, with a duller flavor and a higher melting point, leaving a film on the palate. Cream egg became the symbol of that loss of quality. As one food scientist put it, that creamy melt comes from cocoa butter. Change the fat and you change everything. For many, the difference was no longer just imagined. It was measurable and it was real. Everyday shoppers barely noticed the change at first. The dairy milk bar, once a reliable 49 grams, now slips down to 44 grams. The price, though, climbs steadily, up 20% in a decade, outpacing inflation and shrinking wallets. Multi-packs that used to hold 6 bars quietly drop to 5, while the packaging stays the same cheerful purple, promising the same treat. It is a sleight of hand that leaves you paying more for less chocolate every single time. The numbers don't lie. In 2012, a standard bar cost £1.10 for 49 grams. By 2023, it is £1.40 for just 44 grams. The math stings. Companies blame rising cocoa prices and global supply woes, but profit margins tell a different story. For loyal fans, the betrayal isn't just in the taste, it is right there on the scale. The bar in your hand looks familiar, but the value has melted away, piece by piece. Summerdale's closure landed like a thunderclap. In 2011, nearly 500 workers clocked out for the last time, their futures traded for profit margins and promises broken. The factory floor, once alive with the hum of machines and laughter, fell silent. One former worker described the final shift. It felt like a family being torn apart. We built these bars for generations, and now it is just gone. the losses did not stop at jobs. Cadbury's Fair Trade badge, a symbol of ethical sourcing since 2009, quietly disappeared from wrappers by 2017. In its place, the company's own Cocoa Life logo appeared, less independent and less transparent. For communities and farmers alike, the message was clear. Heritage and ethics could be swept aside as easily as a production line, so long as the numbers added up. Industry analysts trace the same pattern across the biggest names in British chocolate. Kit Kat, once a Rowntree's classic, has been under Nestlé's Swiss control since 1988. Mars runs Galaxy from its US headquarters. Each brand, after foreign takeover, rolled out smaller bars, cheaper fats, and a sweeter, thinner taste. These aren't isolated missteps. They are the new rule, not the exception. Every time a recipe changes to boost profit, something irreplaceable vanishes. The taste of tradition is fragile. Once lost, no corporate slogan can bring it back. What do you remember?